keep working on your craft. Stay in the gym, stay grounded, cut a little bit of fun time. Fun time's always gonna be there. Make sure you just stay locked in, have a why. Once you know your why, you'll have a will, and you just keep going, and that motivates you. You're your best interest. Nobody knows you like you know you. For somebody else to tell you that you can't do this or can't do that is, it's BS. But you know how you work, you know your body, you know how you think. As long as you got that mindset of yourself and know what you can do, you'll be good. I want to be a pro basketball player. That's my dream. I see myself, in the pro league, proving myself.
Welcome back to another episode of the DJ Henderson Podcast. This is Season 4, Episode 5. This episode features my teammate and point guard, Sam Rolle IV. Sam is a Riviera Beach, Florida native and is in his second year at Davis Elkins College. Sam's had a big individual freshman year and is looking to have an even bigger individual and team season this year. His main goal is to win the Mountain East Conference Championship this season, and he feels that this season we have a chance to do big things. If you're tuned into the show on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, as well as turn on post notifications so you never miss a beat. If you're tuning in through a streaming platform or a podcast service, please be sure to leave a 5-star rating and a review if you enjoy the show. My dog, Sam Rolle, welcome to the show, bro.
Good, it was good.
Nothing much. Appreciate you coming on the show. It means a lot to me. Been trying to get this done for about a week now, so I'm excited, ready to get this going.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. No worries. Sam, you from Riviera Beach, Florida, South Florida. Talk to me about your upbringing at Riviera Beach.
Riviera is, not the privileged town, not the, not really where you want to be sometimes, but it's a couple of good parts in there. My parents put me in a good part. My parents, kept me away from the violence, kept me away from, everything I needed to be kept away from. They put me in a position where I didn't really have to worry about much, but, school, academics, and, sports. So it's real good growing up in Riviera.
Sure. I feel kind of similar. Tampa is a bigger city. It's a lot of stuff you could get into, but my parents did a good job of me keeping me in the sports, in the school, just out the way, really. So I appreciate them for that, for sure.
For sure.
What does the city mean to you?
Everything, to be honest. If people don't know where Riviera or anything about Riviera, nobody really come out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Riviera is a real small town. You can ride right past it, but not a lot of people come from out of Riviera in terms of basketball, for sure. So just me coming out of the hood, just putting on for the hood is everything to me.
For sure. I got to admit, you definitely one of my favorite point guards I ever played with so far. I'm at D&E. We've been here a good 10 or so weeks. We've been getting ready for the season. First scrimmage on Saturday. Talk to me about how you got introduced to basketball. Who put the ball into your hands?
My father, man. At 2 years old, he bought me this little mini basketball hoop and just told me to go, have fun with it. So ever since then, I just had the ball in my hands. He's been training me. He's been my trainer, my coach, my mentor, my everything. He just put the ball in my hands and just let me be me, to be honest.
For sure. I'm going to try to find it. I might post it one day. I got a mini hoop picture, old little printout pictures. We don't print out pictures for real no more, but I definitely got some mini hoop pictures. And then obviously as you get bigger, you move on to bigger baskets and stuff like that. What was your first hoop memory, or what's one of your favorite hoop memories from the time you started to now?
My first, organized basketball season, it was in the playoffs, and I was a little short kid or whatever, and my dad was coaching, and he was like, for the first time, he talked to me a different way. You know what I'm saying? He was like, just go get a bucket, and we needed a bucket. It was a game winner at the buzzer, and that was just like the best memory that just played back in my mind to be motivated, and just it was a good memory.
For sure. We talked about it the other day. I think we was in the locker room talking about it. Our dad's coaching us, and when we were younger playing basketball and stuff, it's a little bit different having your dad coach you. He's they know how to push your buttons a different way than any other coach. They know when you're giving it your all, when you going 100%, they know you better, a lot better than just an average coach. Talk to me about that.
Well, my dad knows every single skill that I have and know everything that I can do. So it's like when I'm on the court playing for him, he's like, you got to do. I know what you can do. I know you can do this. I know you can do that. So if I'm not bringing that 100%, it's always that he can go into that dad mode, he go into that coach mode. And when he goes into that dad mode, it pushes you a little bit more, and you just like, all right, let me lock in. And now, it's just like it picks up a little bit more, and it's a different feeling having your dad as your coach.
For sure, it definitely used to be a lot of long car rides back to the crib from AAU tournaments, AAU games, all that kind of stuff. Hearing it all, definitely a good experience though. I feel like that was probably my favorite times of playing basketball, just because the confidence you like you mentioned, you just had a different confidence. Your dad got faith in you, like he knows what you could do, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely feel that for sure. Growing up, the first time I seen you play, I've been seeing you play for a long time. Wellington Wolves, USSSA tournaments, all up and through the state of Florida. You just played with the Lakeland Fire. I seen you play a bunch of times. I feel like I played you before. Like I'm 2 years older than you or a year older than you, so I think I probably played you playing up before. But I definitely seen you used to have the long braids. I definitely remember Lil Sam a long time ago. Talk to me about just your AAU experience growing up playing with Wellington Wolves.
Wellington was that was one of the best experiences, in basketball. It's just like off the court, it's a big family. You know what I'm saying? So like, not even just your team in that age group, but like different age groups take you in like a family. Like anything you need, you can talk to anybody there. And it's like, you go out of town, you got every single age group, and it's like a good experience of just being around different people, being around, learning different people, getting to know different people, hanging out with different people. So it was like a great experience, especially off the court and on the court. On the court is on the court, and Wellington Wolves they put you in those positions in those big tournaments, playing against people like Lakeland Fire, playing against the high competition things, and it was real great.
For sure, I remember because the Fire, they've been around for a long time. I was playing with them since I was in like 4th grade, 5th grade. And I remember when Wellington Wolves, it probably wasn't your team because like I said, I'm like a year older. But when Wellington Wolves first came around, like they wasn't that good when they was a new program. I remember we used to just whack them like every time. Wellington Wolves, oh yeah, like whacking them. But like as the years went on and like as I seen you play like a bunch of times like growing up, and like as y'all got older and the program got older, like I remember seeing y'all being like a good team, like being ranked in the rankings in the state and for USSSA and stuff like that. So I definitely could see the come up. I know you played a big part in that, Mr. You one of the original Wellington Wolves for sure. If you're new to the show and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on the show. If you're tuned in through the audio experience, make sure you leave a review, a 5-star rating, and subscribe to the show. When did you see yourself taking the game serious? When did you start to lock in and like decide that this is something that you really wanted to do?
Probably about 4th to 5th grade. That summer going into 5th grade. That summer going into 5th grade, I was playing football. I was playing both basketball and football. And my dad was just like, I just see a different side of you when you play basketball, and I see how you enjoy it a little bit more. And I started to realize that, and I was like, yeah, that's right. You're kind of right. And I was like, I just want to play basketball. And then that summer, we had probably the best team, in part of Florida and our age group. And we had people like Scotty Barnes, we had Tony Marzuka, we had a stick. So that season we got 5th in the nation in nationals, and then that's when I was like, yeah, I can really be something. I can really be one of the top. I can really try to be the best.
For sure. You mentioned your dad a lot. Talk to me about your dad and just what he means to you. You're Sam Rolle the 4th, so that means he's Sam Rolle the 3rd. There's been a couple Sam Rolles. Just talk to me about your dad and just what it means to be named after him.
Oh man, that's probably the best feeling ever. That's my my right hand man, my best friend. I like the amount that he's done for me, and like he could have been a head principal instead of assistant principal, but he did an assistant principal just for me, just to have extra time to go to tournaments, just train, be with me, and it means like everything to me. Like that's my best friend, and I can't ask for more. Like if I was to ask for more, I couldn't be asking for much. You know what I'm saying? So that's really my best friend.
For sure, that's how I feel about my dad. I'm the 2nd, so hopefully I get to name my jet the 3rd and going like that, like y'all build me a love. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, but I feel like that too. My dad, he mean a lot to me. He's done a lot for me, continues to do a lot for me. I never really needed for nothing. He always made it happen. My mom too, of course. But yeah, my dad, he mean a lot to me for sure. You went to high school at Suncoast High School. Talk to me about your experience there, getting there on the court and off the court.
Suncoast was a great experience. I love Suncoast. It's always gonna be a family to me. Off the court, it's like people think it's like a smart school where you go and it's all about books when it's not really like that. I mean, it's a challenging school in terms of academics, but if you really lock in, it's not really that much. And on the court, it was best experience in a high school that I can ask for, honestly. It was a one big family. I had one of the best coaches that coached for 10 plus years before having me. And he took me in, he took me under his wing, and he made me better. He made me part of the man I am today.
You played varsity as a freshman. That's something that I didn't get to do. A lot of people don't get to do that. Just talk to me about having the ability to play on varsity, your coach having the faith in you, being able to trust you to make an impact in what you're able to do.
Yeah, it was a true blessing, man. I actually didn't expect to go on varsity. I was just like, had my mind set up on, being a little humble and trying to go on JV and trying to, work my way up. But when I got on varsity, it was just like almost a confidence booster. And throughout the season, I just kept progressing up and up in the lineup. And I played a big part in the freshman year team. And, it was a great experience and a great confidence booster for me at the time.
I feel like that's something that can develop your game. Like probably I can't tell you the exact amount, but it could develop your game real fast. Because anybody that I've seen, like my friend, his name is Darren Green, he goes to UCF. When he got to high school, he was a freshman. He played varsity. Well, he didn't really play that much. He was on varsity with us, but he practiced with us every day on varsity. And like I just saw his game go to the next level, just keep going, just playing against better competition every day. We played both on JV and varsity. So like, when we went down to varsity, it was just a cakewalk, really, just because our coach was real tough on us, and then you playing against better players. So, like, I think that's a major key in a lot of people's development for sure.
For sure.
Overall, at Suncoast, what were you able to accomplish? What was kind of like your senior year stats? Like, what were some things you were able to do your senior year, and just overall, like, do you look back on?
Coming in as a freshman, we was already on like a 4-peat for district championships. And by the time I was a senior, by the time I was a junior, we went to a 7-peat. And my senior year, we ended up losing that little streak. But being a part of an ongoing streak of district championships was real special. And you just go in the gym and look at the consecutive years you was there and that part you played in and things like that. And in terms for my senior year, we had a great team for a great setup, actually, I should say, where our freshman year, we had a lot of talent in the freshman class. And when senior year came, it was going to be like no question of who's going to state and who's going to be winning. But unfortunately, things changed and those guys transferred or whatever. And I was kind of the only senior on the team. And, senior year kind of went how it went. I enjoyed it. Let's not get it wrong. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed becoming more of a good leader to younger guys, people looking up to me, things like that. And I ended off, having a good stat line, probably average 20 and 5. And it was a hard fought season, not particularly how you want to end your senior season, but I can't ask for more nonetheless.
For sure. Yeah, district championships, that's something that people kind of probably would take lightly, but like if they never done it before or maybe like, if they never done it before, they kind of take it lightly. I won one district championship in high school. I had a game winner in our district championship game. And that was like one of the best moments in my life, one of the best games, one of the most fun seasons, just going through that. We lost to the team that we beat in the district championship twice during the regular season, beat them in the district championship, cut the nets down, the whole 9. So y'all won 7 in a row. You won 3 or 4 in a row while you was there. Like, I feel like that's major for sure. That's something that somebody watching this that's never done it might just be like, it's not a state championship, but that's definitely major. Like, it take a lot to get through any kind of season period.
People often take district championships for granted because, if you get second place, you're still going in the state rounds and stuff like that. But for our school, it was like the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to keep this streak going. We want to keep bringing in trophies. And then we worry about this first, then we go to state.
For sure. We talked about your early days playing AAU ball. Your last couple of years, you played AAU ball with Team Breakdown, Under Armour team. Talk to me about your experience playing with Team Breakdown.
Probably the best experience I've had. Team Breakdown was special, man. Like 10th grade year, you playing against top recruits, top teams. You playing against a handful of coaches, a bunch of coaches sitting on the sideline. It's just like it's a different atmosphere from your Triple SA to UA, and you just feel the different vibe and the different types of gameplay. You playing at a higher level, and it was real special. 10th and 11th grade year.
For sure. What's something that you picked up from being around those guys, Coach Kenny, all the Gillian brothers, like the whole atmosphere that you just talked about? Like, what's something that you picked up playing with those guys?
It's not a lot that I really picked up because, before it was just like I've learned a lot. I learned most of the things, but we had a lot of underrated players, a lot of under the radar players. You probably had one standout was Sheldon McGill at K-State, but other than that, a lot of people was under the radar, and we would go in playing top 5 teams, top players, and it's just like they're the same. They here for a reason, just like you. So you can just go take it from them just like that. And our mentality was just take it from whoever and whenever at any time.
For sure. I played with Team Breakdown for a little bit, and just being around those guys that I mentioned, Coach Kenny and all of the guys, like you said, like it seems like they always have a couple standout players, but a lot of the guys are like underrated guys, and they bring that same mentality that you just talked about. Everybody lace up their shoes the same way, get in your face, play defense, like real, that's real high level basketball for sure. Like I enjoyed my experience playing with them for the time that I did also. If you're new to the show and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on the show. If you're tuned in through the audio experience, make sure you leave a review, a 5-star rating, and subscribe to the show. After those last couple AU seasons, your recruiting process kind of started. Talk to me about your recruiting process overall.
Not ideal, but it is what it is. God had a plan for me, and during the 11th grade season, I had a lot of looks. Team Breakdown got me a lot of looks, and I got looks from D1s, D2s, and AIAs, the whole nine, and people don't really recruit small guards or for their program, and that's how I went. But it was truly a blessing to have coaches interested in you. Just like wow, like I really have I caught people's eyes for them to contact me and thinking about offering me. But it was definitely a blessing. Like I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed talking to coaches. I went on a couple visits, unofficial visits, seen a couple of places, but unfortunately didn't get the offers. But that experience was just like no other.
For sure. What's something that you would tell kids coming up or people coming up that's going through the recruiting process? Like, what's some advice you would give them from your perspective?
Never stop. And what you think is late is never too late. You know what I'm saying? I got this offer right when my season ended, when my senior season ended. I was honestly thinking I got accepted into 2 schools to go just to go to school. You know what I'm saying? I was planning to move in with one of my best friends to go to UCF. And next thing you know, boom, my offer came. And it was just like, wow, like you just can't give up. Like it's going to come. You just got to keep believing. For
sure. I signed here real late. I signed here like the end of July. So I definitely know the feeling. I know what it's like. It's definitely hard to just believe when you feel like people aren't looking at you or you're not getting the attention you deserve. But it's definitely worth it if you just stay down and like be patient. Like you said, there's always, if there's a will, there's a way. And you ended up here at D&E. Last year was your freshman year. It was kind of a weird year. You probably didn't have the ideal college experience that you were looking for your freshman year. Talk to me about just getting to D&E last year as a freshman.
It was exciting, man. Off the basketball court, you're on your own now. You know what I'm saying? There's no more mom and dad in the house. There's no more you ask them to do this. You got to do everything on your own. And that transition was exciting, and it was real smooth. And I enjoyed, my freshman year off the court, and on the court it was great, but it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? I'm a competitor. I love to win, and unfortunately we didn't win as much, but we made the playoffs, things like that. But I think my freshman year went. I can't ask for more. I can't ask for less. Of course, it's all in God's hands. But it was real exciting, and I put up good numbers. I got to know different people. I got, what I'm saying, I got to play against college competition, and I held my own. It was real. It was a real good thing.
For sure. Last year, you guys kind of just got dealt not the best of hands. We both play cards. I still got to see you on the card soon, man. We ain't gonna talk too much about that, but you guys just didn't have the ideal situation last year, and it didn't equate to a lot of wins. It wasn't really in your favor. But how did you stay locked in and just focused on the end goal, just playing your game, doing what you do, and just trying to will your team to wins?
It was just the guys I was around, man. We had a lot of injuries to where we was at probably 6 or 7 players at one point, well, for the rest of the season. And the guys I was around, they was just like, they're still away, and we can still make something happen. And that mindset just kept us going. Even through the losses, through the hard times, it was like, there's always a way, and we can still do it. And that just kept me real locked in.
For sure. Last year, you were second in the NCAA D2 assists. You averaged a good amount of points. I can't tell you exactly. I'm sure you probably know. You had a real good season individually, not what you wanted to as a team from the team perspective, though. Talk to me about this year, what you see that's different from last year to this year, and what some of your goals are for this year.
I want to win the MSC championship. That's my first goal, and then nationals is after. But winning the MSC championship is going to be everything to me. I've been locked. We've been playing, we've been practicing, and we've been locked in. That's all I'm thinking about is winning that MSC championship, man. I feel like this year with the guys that we got came in, you, Evan, the new guys, y'all are real special. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like y'all are locked in. Y'all know what it is that we need to do, and we're gonna get it done.
For sure. That's my goal. I'm sure that's Evan's goal, JT goal, everybody returning, everybody that's came in. I'm pretty sure we pretty much on the same page. Like, it feels good just being around everybody every day. I mean, every day is not the best day. Obviously, you got good days, bad days, in the middle days. But for the most part, just the vibes, the attitudes, everything feels real good here. We got a good atmosphere. I'm really excited for the season start. We got our first game on Saturday. This is going to come out on Sunday. So we're going to see how the game go by the time this come out. But like I said earlier, definitely one of my favorite point guards that I played with so far in my basketball career. Coach, if you watch this, you need to put us on the same team in practice sometimes, bro. You be playing, bro. Never be on the same team. What's some of the things that you want to work on right now that you see that you're trying to focus on working on and getting better at?
Last year I didn't particularly shoot the 3-ball well, and I've been really locking in on that one. Just getting up a lot of shots each day, getting up a lot of threes, making sure that 3-ball is good. For sure, picking it up on the defensive end a little bit. Last year, I was playing a ton of minutes, and I would often, get a little tired and take defensive plays off and things like that. But I definitely want to keep that defensive intensity at all times, and cutting a little bit of turnovers down. Making the right play, not really forcing things. I know how to, I know what to do, but it's just like sometimes I make that little one mistake and thinking it's going to go through, but I just got to, play free and process it a little bit.
If you're new to the show and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on the show. If you're tuned in through the audio experience, make sure you leave a review, a 5-star rating, and subscribe to the show. Tell me how your game just developed over the years. Like, how do you control the game? You seem to have a good pulse of the game. You seem to know how to get your teammates involved. You know when to score. You're trying to find the balance of scoring and getting everybody involved. Like I said, you led the NCAA or you were second in the NCAA in assists last year. Just talk to me about your game. Like, what goes through your mind when you're on the court? How do you manage?
I'm a pass first point guard. I love getting people involved. I love seeing other people shine. That what brings joy to me, and I love getting in the lane, creating for others. That's really where my game is based off around, because if I'm getting my teammates involved, and like say if you get hot, now you hot, and now they respecting you, now give me a little open lane to get some layups, get some shots in. But pass first is what I do. I love getting people involved. I love seeing other people eat. And then on the defensive end, I just got to have that grit. I just love playing defense. And it comes from team breakdown, just getting in people's face, getting up, being scrappy. And I just love playing like that.
For sure. I already know one of the answers at least, but who are some players that you like to watch that you model your game after over the years?
For sure, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has been my favorite point guard since probably he was at Duke. And Rajon Rondo, he is, everybody knows the prime Rajon Rondo of the pass first, the 2020 games, things like that. He's real great. Chris Paul, probably one of the best point guards to ever live. A lot of those pass first point guards, I just love to watch. I just love to see how they control the game, how they get their teammates involved, how they, how you can just see that transition of, yeah, this is their game. This is how they're just controlling everything.
For sure. I was waiting. I thought Chris Paul was going to be the first one. That's what I see when I see you play. When we play at practice, I just think of Chris Paul, like the way you play defense, you talk, you do everything that a point guard really supposed to do for real. Whenever we on opposite teams, I always know like we got to bring it because it seemed like you always are in control of the game. Like we don't really, not that our other point guards aren't good, but they don't do like the same things that you do. Obviously, you don't do what they do either, but like the way that you keep tabs on the game and you run the show, I think it's an advantage. I'm ready to play real games against other people, see what we can do for sure.
For sure.
All right. This last segment on my show, I just started it a couple weeks ago. I call it Crunch Time. We all know what crunch time is. Fourth quarter, you got to step your game up. You got to be ready to play, finish the game out, close the game out. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Just let me know your answers to some of these. Try to stump you on a few, make you think on a few of these.
All right, bet.
What's been the biggest obstacle that you had to face to get to this point?
Staying locked in and not letting, the outside talk to you, being a small guard, saying small guards can't play at the next level. I got to, one in one there and out the other and just got to stay locked in.
For sure. What are some quotes or mottos, one or two maybe, that you live by, that you keep with you at all times, that you say to yourself that keep you going?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I remember one quote. If you don't want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you don't want to succeed at all. That's something I live by.
For sure. Some of the sacrifices that you had to make to get to this point.
Staying out the way, not staying in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Not really growing up, not really going to parties, not does that little free time, not doing certain things that a lot of people do, just staying grounded, staying in the gym, getting better, things like that. And, really giving up a lot of free time and fun time to get better.
For sure. What's something that a random person wouldn't know about you, but your friends, your family, people that are close to you, they know about you?
I'm a great person, bro. Like I'm not trying to brag or anything on myself, but I feel like I'm a great person to be around. I'm real funny. I'm easy to interact with, and what I'm saying, I'm always here to help people. I've been through a lot that people may not know, and I'm here to talk, and I'm open to everybody.
What's the best piece of advice you would give somebody that's up and coming, that sees you, Sam Rolle, doing what you're doing, that's trying to achieve big things?
Keep working on your craft. Stay in the gym. Stay grounded. Cut a little bit of fun time. Fun time's always gonna be there. Make sure you just stay locked in. Have a why. Once you know your why, you'll have a will, and you just keep going, and that motivates you.
I'm glad you said that. What's your why?
Of course, it's my mom and dad, but my why that what stays on my mind is my auntie. My auntie passed away of cancer, and she never got to see me play basketball. She came down to one of my football games, and I showed out. Around the time she was supposed to come to my basketball game, it was down in Miami. She came down with stage 4 cancer and ended up passing away within about 3 days. So that always stays on my mind, that she was supposed to be there that next weekend to watch me play. But now she's up in heaven watching me play every day.
For sure. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss, bro. I know you You doing your thing for your auntie.
For sure.
What's the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
For sure is you're your best interest. I don't think nobody knows you like you know you. So for somebody else to tell you that you can't do this or can't do that is, it's BS. For you to, your best interest, how you work, your body, how you think. So as long as you got that mindset of yourself and know what you can do, you'll be good.
For sure. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Playing pro.
Yes, sir.
For sure. I want to be a pro basketball player. That's my dream. I see myself, in the pro league, proving myself.
For sure. I see it too, bro. For sure. For shit show. If you could meet and spend a day with 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Even if I know them?
You know them or don't. Anybody, know them or don't know them.
Yeesh. Michael Jordan. That's one. I wanna my auntie for sure. I was kind of young when I was around her, and now that I'm matured, a little bit more matured, understand life a little bit more, I just want to have a one-on-one conversation with her about a lot of things. And last, dead or alive. Sheesh, that's a tough one, boy.
Crunch time.
That's a tough one, but that's crunch time for real. That's crunch time for real. I would say Floyd Mayweather.
Yes.
And the reason I said both of those celebrities is first, everybody know Michael Jordan. I want to understand his mindset a little bit more. I want to pick his brains about how he went about the game and his mindset going in, that killer mentality, and how he made his teammates better, even though he was, kind of a jerk at times. And Floyd Mayweather, having that pressure on you, but still, have that swagger and have that confidence. With Floyd Mayweather, everybody know he went undefeated, and I just want to pick his brains of how he stayed locked in and how he kept that swagger and that confidence of, having all that pressure on him for, that one little loss that everybody wanted. And I feel like this season, I want to be winning a lot of games, and I want that pressure to be on us to, stay locked in and keep winning games.
Last question, something I ask all my guests. Who is somebody you think I should have on the show? Whoever you say you got to plug me in, you got to help me get them. Who you think I should have on the show next?
I can try to get you. I'm gonna get you somebody that that can give you a lot of information about life and things like that. Let me see. I got Kobe Dempsey. He's a cornerback at UAB, and I grew up with him, and I know his story, know his struggles, know what I'm saying. That's really one of my guys. I can try to get you a basketball one I can try to get you Sheldon Miguel, for sure. Guard at K-State. That's a guy that, came from not in this country to blowing up, getting ranked in the nation. And, his journey is real special.
For sure. Kobe Dempsey, Sheldon Miguel, if y'all see this, come bless the show, man. Come bless the show, the interview. I'd appreciate it. I appreciate it for sure if you come through. If not, I understand. My dog, Sam Rolle the fourth. Make sure you put the fourth on that. Make sure you put the fourth on that. Sam Rolle, my dog, my PG. I appreciate you coming on the show. It means a lot to me. Thank you for supporting this and taking the time to do this, bro. For sure, man. Thank you for having me. It's special, man. Yes, sir. Tell everybody where they can find you, Instagram, Twitter, anything you want to plug. You just follow me on Instagram, Lil.Sam with 3 M's. When you posted it, I'm gonna, comment or whatever, you can see me down there. For sure. I'm going to have the link to Sam's Instagram down below. Make sure you follow the DJ Henderson Podcast page. Stay up to date with the show. Sam, again, I appreciate it, my dog. And that's it for the show. Yes, sir. Hey, man, make sure y'all
Y'all get that link from DJ about watching our games, man. It's gonna be special this year.
For sure. Y'all tune in. We coming for the MEC championship. Hopefully, we gonna try to get to it for sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, dog. If you're new to the show and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on the show. If you're tuned in through the audio experience, make sure you leave a review, a 5-star rating, and subscribe to the show.